I'm meteorologist Nicholas Herbosa. We thank you for checking out the forecast here on Fox 10 News. We're starting in the tropics because it's a big topic of conversation. Tropical wave moving through the greater Antilles will likely reach or near the Gulf of Mexico this weekend. Medium chance for development in this orange zone here. We'll get into the details of it. Right now, let's look at the satellite picture as of around noon. It's right around the island of Hispaniola, so Haiti and the Dominican Republic. We're seeing a couple areas of thunderstorms that are blowing up, one to the north, one to the south here, as you can see as well. We're going to be watching this over the next 12 to 24 hours. Do we see any more thunderstorms that develop in this region here near Haiti? Wherever the center of this storm consolidates will give us indications as to where it will go. We need to have that center of circulation before we have more confidence in our forecast. However, at this time, we understand the general steering flow around this storm, so we have some idea. The forecast models have come into some kind of agreement, at least in the near term. Here's our tropical wave. As I mentioned, anywhere along the wave axis this thing could form. We have two areas of high pressure, one blocking high pressure, that heat ridge over the central United States, one the Bermuda high over the Atlantic Ocean. Here's the timing as the thing moves across Cuba and nears the Gulf of Mexico. By Friday over Cuba, where is it exactly the center? We will see. And could it even have a center by then? It may not. Then on Saturday, we'll be looking for some kind of center of circulation at this point here. By Sunday, it's nearing the top of this zone here. Some models hugging the peninsula, while some models going more on the western side of this blob here. The steering flow, once again, ridge and ridge in place here. So they're going around it and shooting the gap there. Steering flow beyond Sunday, so Sunday and into next week. It might hitch a ride on the eastern side of this ridge of high pressure, or excuse me, the western side of this high pressure, go across the Big Bend of Florida and go out, possibly impacting the Carolinas. Some forecast models as of this late this morning and this afternoon have been indicating that, but we can't rule out some give in the forecast, possibly towards the eastern side of this blob here. One thing to understand, though, you see we have contrasting motion here around these high pressures. The steering flow overall could get very weak, especially around Monday, Tuesday of next week. So we could have possibly a stalling system in this general area as well. So this is Sunday and beyond. Lots of uncertainty with that. So we want you to check back into the forecast when we have that center of circulation, which should come hopefully within the next couple of days. Therefore, we can get a better idea of where exactly this thing will go. But you kind of get the idea of the steering flow over the next few days. We have confidence all the way till about Saturday for the general direction of the storm. Beyond Sunday, things get a little bit more uncertain. One thing we do know is that the water temperatures in the eastern Gulf of Mexico are pretty much the hottest out of the Gulf of Mexico. 89 degrees, 88 degrees, some readings right around 90 here as well. What would the name be? It would likely be Debbie. That is the next name on the list. We've already had Alberto, Beryl, and Chris. Another reminder for you, wherever you are in the southeast, it's just a good reminder as we get deeper into hurricane season to have your hurricane supply kit ready to go regardless of what is happening. Make sure you have all the supplies you need, and you should have this by the beginning of the season. Also, a quick reminder, double check on insurance as always. Helpful reminders regardless of what's developing as we go deeper and deeper into hurricane season. And of course, we will keep you updated on that tropical forecast as well. As I said, if you're in the southeast, which many of us are watching this, make sure you check back to that forecast in the coming days. A lot of us dealing with heat right now. Heat advisories all the way down the southeast. Heat index values 108 to 112 degrees. Our local forecast is extremely hot. Look at these numbers. Heat index 111 to 112 degrees. This lasts through about 5 p.m. So you have to be outside. Make sure you're staying hydrated, taking those hydration breaks. Make sure you're staying careful as well in finding shade. 104 all the way down to 99 degrees by 8 p.m. That is still very muggy, very hot. So this evening, if you have evening plans, temperatures in the upper 80s, right around 90 degrees. Could we see an isolated shower? It is very possible. I keep that rain chance around 30%. Over the next few days, heat index stays hot. right in the triple digits, possibly a little higher than these numbers, especially on Friday. I think Friday we could see another day of around 112. Be ready for it. Forecast highs 97. Some places could get up to around 100 for the air temperature. That's not factoring in the humidity. That is just the air temperature. Then they go down ever so slightly by Monday, 92 degrees. Our average is 91. Rain chances for the rest of this afternoon, around 30%. As I mentioned earlier, a stray shower or storm cannot be ruled out. Our futurecast models try to develop some showers, but not very many. They're very isolated in nature. See around 3 p.m. there's some that develop, some clouds develop around this as well. By 8, 9 o'clock, they're lasting before they dissipate after 9 o'clock, which is the typical summertime pattern. Summertime pattern continues over the next few days. That's the story for us. 30% for Thursday, today, and Friday. Friday, a very hot day, as we mentioned. Some boost in rain chances over the weekend. We'll keep an eye on the tropics locally here in this portion of the forecast and beyond with that weak steering flow. But otherwise, it is going to be summertime go time with afternoon showers and thunderstorms and temperatures staying in the 90s.